Ascend Federal Credit Union, the exclusive credit union of Blue Raider Athletics. Bud Light, it's for the fans. And Ascension St. Thomas, official hospital partner of MTSU. Now with head coach Rick Stockstill, here's the voice of the Blue Raiders, Chip Walters.
Thank you very much, and welcome into the Boulevard tonight on this Monday as we get after it one more time in the non-conference season as Middle Tennessee celebrates homecoming week this week as the Colorado State Rams will come to town. Our conversation tonight will include a preview of the Colorado State game. We'll have their radio voice at the bottom of the hour to talk about their crazy game this weekend. If you saw it late Saturday night against Colorado, and how their ball club has really had a change of face since a year ago. But, of course, off the bat, it was a home victory as Middle Tennessee got home and knocked off an old rival Murray State in the 70th meeting between the Blue Raiders and the Murray State Racers. And Coach Rick Stockstill is here for us for the next hour on Monday night. Coach, how's your day been?
Fantastic. Everything's great. Everything's going great. Good day. Fired up to be here.
Good deal. And while everybody's fired up, we do want to let folks know we've got two ladies in the audience. One had a birthday yesterday. One has a birthday today. Milbury Campbell back there had a birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Milbury. Julia Hudson right here has a birthday today. She looks great for 50, doesn't she?
I thought it was 29. I was
something like that.
29.
But, maybe we can, if Joe Dubin was here, he could talk these folks into getting free cake or something for you guys for your birthday. But happy that you had a birthday and glad that you're here with us. Your ball club against Murray State got off to a great start. You guys did a ton of great things in the game, and you talked on the post-game show that you're never going to apologize for a victory, but there are a few things that obviously you wanted to clean up, and there's probably, I don't know if you've ever coached a perfect game, have you?
You can say that after every game, but no, I was really pleased. I thought our mental approach was really good. I thought we came out on both sides of the ball and played really effectively, and kind of went through this last year with Colorado State. We got beat the first game, and then Colorado State, we jumped out 27-0, and then we scored right there opening drive of the second half or the third quarter, and then we kind of lost our edge a little bit, and I felt the same thing this year with Murray. It was the first time we'd had a lead like that, and we lost a little bit of our focus, and so we'll learn from that and get better. But I was really pleased. We improved in a lot of areas. We did a lot of good things. You had over 500 yards of total offense and only have the ball for 24, 25 minutes, and so that's really good. We just created 3 turnovers on defense, did a lot of good things, got some fourth down stops, did some good things in the kicking game. But, same thing offensively, defensively in the kicking game. There's areas that we've got to get better and clean up this week, and we'll do that.
Fast starts are always great, and you were able to do that in the on the opening drive after Murray won the toss. They deferred. You got it first and took it right down the field. 7 plays, 75 yards, and Nick Vattiato hit flip cradle with a 14-yard pass for the touchdown and looked very crisp. How much of that, like in that opening drive, is pre-scripted for when you get it the first time?
We got an idea of a handful of plays that we want to get called, a handful of formations that you like to see how they're going to adjust to it, but it's not, we're running these 10 or 12, 15 plays in that order.
Right. Yeah.
But there's a handful of things that you want to do, and I thought our offensive coaches did a really good job. Our players did a fantastic job. That first drive of getting down there and getting points on the board.
Started on your own 25, and ended up on a 2nd and 10 play. You picked up 20 yards, and then, or actually more than that, you picked up 30 yards and ended up on the plus 45 and got it down to the 14-yard line and stuck it in there. And then you turned right around, and your defense comes out on the field, and on the third play, Trey Fluellen knocks a ball loose, and Parker Hughes, who it seemed like we called his name every other play in the first half, ends up with a fumble recovery.
Yeah, the defense did a really nice job. That was our first turnover that we'd created this year. And, so it was a good job. It was a good start. The disappointing thing is we couldn't punch it in offensively, for points there. But like I said, we started fast offensively and defensively and did a really nice job. And we just didn't maintain, our mental intensity, our focus that we need to throughout 60 minutes.
There's such an emphasis on this defense of getting turnovers, and they've had such success of doing that. Second in the country last year, number one in the country year before, or vice versa. But still, one of the very best in the country at getting turnovers. What is the key to that happening? Is it to be that good at it on a consistent basis, like Scott's defense has been doing?
Well, I think there's a couple things. People are always, we have, and every team in the country is always going to. Talk about the importance of, getting takeaways and then preventing turnovers on offense. So it's not anything new. We spend a lot of time at every practice emphasizing it. I talk about it immensely all the time, just constantly. So you're always talking about it. You're always working on it. But at the end of the day, when an opportunity comes to either catch the ball as an interception or recover it, you've got to be athletic enough that you're able to do it, to finish it off. And we got good guys, good athletes, good skill guys that have good ball skills. That helps, and then at the same time you can do all that. You can practice it all you want. You can have good ball skills. But, if the offense is doing a good job of securing the ball and not letting you knock it out, there's going to be times where you don't get as many. And we went 2 games this year without getting any. And you got to credit Alabama and you got to credit Missouri for doing a good job of protecting it.
And there's a certain degree of luck in there, too, when you're playing with an oblong football like the play at Missouri. Had that ball bounced right instead of left in the end zone, you would have gotten 7 points out of that instead of 2. But you also make your own luck a lot of times too on those situations by being there and making a play.
Yeah, I mean, it's our guys play extremely hard. The harder you play, the more effort you play with. Sometimes the ball finds you.
When you got that turnover. You came down the field, got it to the 30-yard line, had a chance at a 47-yard field goal that came up short, and it seemed like that Zeke hit that one a little fat. You could almost hear it coming off his foot a little rough.
Yeah, just for whatever reason we didn't make it, and got a ton of confidence in Zeke. He'll make it the next time, but just one of those things that that one didn't go through.
Yep, you're up 7-0, forced to punt, got the ball back at your own 29-yard line, and one play, Flip Cradle goes 71 yards, and he ended up with over 100 in the ball game. And when Middle gets a running back with 100 or more in a ball game, almost unbeatable over time. But he got to the. That was such a great job of setting the edge, and he got to the corner and really turned on with a great burst down the sideline.
Yeah, Flip's got really good speed. He's got good vision. But our offensive line and our receivers did a really good job of creating a soft spot. Their defensive end was in a 7 technique, and we got him pinned. And then our receivers did a good job keeping a body on a body downfield. And once Flip got to the second level, there wasn't anybody out there that was going to catch him.
Yep, that got the Raiders up by a score of 14-0, and there was still more to come. We are at the Boulevard, just across from campus, here at our favorite sports bar and grill in Murfreesboro. Be sure and stop by and Visit with us today. We'll take a timeout. More with Coach Rick Stockstill after this on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
Clear. But the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Order Bud Light online today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
I'm an after-luncher.
Me? I'm a football game half-timer.
I'm a whenever I can get 5 minutes, or
whenever you like to bank, the secure mobile app from Ascend has you covered. Transfer funds, apply for loans, even set spending limits. Do banking stuff right from your smartphone.
I'm a bank in person-er. Is that okay?
Yep. Just drop by one of our branches. Ascend Federal Credit Union. Open your account today.
Put Lee Company on your team to keep you and your family warm this season. Their expert technicians can perform a 22-point inspection and tune-up to ensure your HVAC system is good no matter how cold it gets. Their expert technicians can perform a 22-point inspection and tune-up to ensure your HVAC system is good to go no matter how cold it gets. And while you're at it, ask them how to get endless hot water by installing an energy-efficient tankless water heater. Schedule your appointment today at leecompany.com or give them a call at 615-867-1000. Lee Company, all you need.
The MTSU Alumni Association is proud of its more than 130,000 living alumni who are leading, teaching, entertaining, researching, flying, farming, nursing, and more worldwide. Every Blue Raider accomplishment adds value to your degree. Are you connected to the MTSU National Alumni Association? Visit mtalumni.com to share what you're doing. Update your information and see how you can be involved and informed. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
The way we do work has changed. Where we work, how we work, and the day-to-day challenges we face as businesses have evolved. As organizations continue to adapt, RJ Young is here to help. We're your one-stop for technology solutions that power your business. Whether it's office technology and equipment, managed IT services, business process outsourcing, or digital communications, we can help make your workflows easier, faster, and more efficient so your team can focus on the core of your business. To learn more about what RJ Young can do for you, visit themodernoffice.com.
Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance takes great pride in supporting and treating Middle Tennessee State University athletes. Providing expert treatment of injuries to bones, joints, or muscles, TOA's team of orthopedic specialists can get you back in the game. Same-day appointments and walk-ins are welcome. Injured? Visit one of our many ortho urgent cares, or to make an appointment, call 1-855-NEED-TOA or visit www.toa.com. TOA, the official team doctor for Blue Raider Athletics.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mike's up.
Welcome back into Rick Stockstill Live. Chip Walters along with the head coach. Glad to have you with us. Tonight's show brought to you in part by the Lee Company. Stay ahead of the game with the best home services team in town for your heating, air conditioning, plumbing, electrical, and home improvement needs. Lee Company is the team to call. 615-867-1000 or leecompany.com. Coach, your offensive unit on Saturday night, you had two running backs that scored touchdowns. We talked about Flip Cradle. Jaquel Middlebrook scored a couple. His first one came early in the second quarter on a 25-yard run and came back and scored again later. And that put you up. His score put you up 21-0, and that was a lead that really you put them in a position where they were having to play comeback all night long.
Yeah, I was really pleased with how Jay Mid played. He's getting better every week. To be a true freshman, he runs really, really hard and physical for a little guy. He's got great speed and vision, and he's got good ball skills. He catches the ball well out of the backfield, and I think he's got a really, really bright future ahead of him.
You had at halftime up 21-7 after a Murray State touchdown. Come right back, and you get a fumble recovery right off the bat from Zaylen Wood on a 2nd and 5 play. And again, that was one of those 3 turnovers that your defense picked up.
Yeah, Zaylen did a really nice job, and was a good physical hit. It was a hard hit to knock that ball loose early. And again, I think we got stopped on 4th down. We went for it. I think it's 4th and 7 down there. So again, just disappointing that we weren't able to finish that drive.
They get the ball back, drive it down to the 12-yard line, and at that point it was 21-7, but your defense makes another terrific play. The ball gets knocked loose, and Marley Cook comes up with it, and I thought we might have a thick 6 on our hands right there, Coach, but he needed one more block, but still a heck of a job, and he returned it 30 yards.
Yeah, again, just a great physical play. I mean, Marley gets in there and, punches it out, gets it, picks it up, and, gets down our sideline, got us about midfield, I think, something like that, maybe. And, rumble, young man, rumble, or whatever that saying is. So it was good to see that, those guys, you think about the last couple of years, the amount of production with the ball that our defensive line has had, and just it's been pretty kind of very, very unusual. It doesn't happen, guys, the defensive linemen scoring touchdowns on defense, defensive linemen scoring touchdowns in the kicking game, defensive linemen scoring touchdowns on offense. Marley got a safety, I think it was last year, might have been the year before. So those guys are, have had a really, really good career when they look back on it, Jordan Branch had a pick 6 last year against San Antonio.
Ferg's done all his stuff.
Those guys. So it's been fun to watch those guys do it.
And we've yet to see the diesel package.
Yeah, we.
Is it in the book somewhere?
Somewhere probably in there. We just, we're running out of diesel people. They're all hurt.
I understand. After Cook's fumble recovery, that is a turnover that you were able to turn into points, and you put together an 8-play, 60-yard drive. And again, Middlebrook, this time on an 18-yard run, and he's fun to watch. He's got some wiggle to him, and really, that first step he takes is really exciting.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, he's got for a little guy, he runs very strong, very physical. He's got great vision, and he showed it here, in these first 3 games that he's played. And again, I'm repeating myself, but he's going to be a really good player.
That's fine, and he is, and that's worth repeating for sure. Murray scored early in the 4th quarter to cut it to 28-14, but I thought the way your team reacted to that and answered a score with a score on a 3-play, 67-yard drive that took less than a minute, and the 40-yard pass play to Jeremy Tate down the far sideline. It is fun to see that big man and to get the ball in his hands when he has an opportunity to do something with it.
Yeah, it was just a little fake off the bubble screen there, fast screen, and Nick threw a really good ball, stuck it in there in between a couple defenders, and Jeremy, all he had to do was catch it and run straight. He was going to be all right, and he did that, and it was good to see him get a touchdown. Good to see, execution of the play.
Yep. Tip of the hat to a couple of guys from Murray's Ball Club. Cortez Jones, their running back, he was a thorn in your side, but you're able to obviously get the victory. But man, he was a hard runner.
Yeah, I was very impressed with him. I told him after the game, he was a lot bigger in person than he looked on film.
Okay.
And he ran very physical, has good speed, deceptive speed. So I was really impressed with him, and I said it all week. Their whole team, their offensive line was really good, and just they got a good team. They played hard. I told Coach Hood after the game just how impressed I was with how hard they played and how physical they played.
Yep, and Middle wins it by a score of 35-14, and both teams are now 1-2 after that. Murray will go into their conference this week, and it'll be interesting to watch them in their new league this year as they're
in a tough league. It's going to be tough.
That is very tough. They've got national championship teams and all that in the Missouri Valley Football League. Time to step aside for just a couple of minutes. We'll go through the stat sheet just a little bit and talk with Coach about some things that came out of the game. But right now, a break as you listen to Rick Stockstill live on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
Winning requires the right gameplay. Like the impressive towing and payload you'll only find in the 2023 Ford F-150 truck. No wonder Ford F-Series are America's best-selling trucks 45 years straight. The 2023 Ford F-150. Greatness starts here. Visit your local Ford dealer or buyfordnow.com. Based on 1977 to 2021 calendar year total sales.
Las Casas Drugs is a proud sponsor of Blue Raider Athletics, located at 4702 Las Casas Pike, just minutes from Murfreesboro. Las Casas Drugs strives to provide all of your pharmaceutical needs in that hometown atmosphere you deserve. Family-owned and operated, Las Casas Drugs offers free delivery, immunizations, drive-through window, gift shop, merchandise, and medication management programs. Come by and see how we can make a difference. And go Blue Raiders.
It's never lost on Window World that your home is your largest physical investment. Window World's integrity will be noticed from your very first moment of contact. The clean, professional installation of premium windows, siding, doors, and more are designed to last while leaving your home looking amazing. Window World and their lifetime warranty will always be there when it really matters. They're America's most trusted remodeler and proud partner of Middle Tennessee Athletics because the difference is integrity and always in the details.
Middle Tennessee Electric proudly supports the Blue Raiders, and we're proud to power the scoreboard lights at Floyd Stadium. When it comes to the electric service in the community, you can always trust MTE to do what's best for our members. We serve by providing affordable, reliable, safe electricity and outstanding member services. Here at MTE, we serve to make life better for our members and their communities. Visit MTE.com to learn more. And about that scoreboard, well, light it up, Blue Raiders.
You buy something because you found it at a low price, and soon you realize it's no bargain because you really needed something better. It happens all the time, especially with car insurance. But the good news is you can get the right coverage at the right price. Just talk to me, State Farm Agent Bud Morris. I'll help you get the right coverage at a price that's right for you. Call me at 893-1417 today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I'm Bud Morris, providing insurance and financial services.
Hey Blue Raiders fans, the Mint Gaming Hall Kentucky Downs is a proud partner of your Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders. For good times and big wins, the Raiders and the Mint Gaming Hall deliver both. Located close by in Franklin, Kentucky, the Mint Gaming Hall is your spot for great food, cold drinks, and big jackpots. Ready for dinner? The all-new Iron Steakhouse awaits you. Come hungry and be prepared to be impressed. Check out themintgaming.com for all the details. Get your big hit today.
Welcome back into Rick Stockstill Live tonight. I want to remind you that everyone's a winner with MTSU's 2023 freshman guaranteed scholarships. First-time freshmen wanting to attend MTSU must apply by December 1st to be considered for a guaranteed academic scholarship, and you can earn more lucrative scholarships with higher ACT scores, but you must apply by December 1st. Learn more at mtsu.edu/how to apply. And Andrew, if I'm correct, you can apply for free this week. That is correct. So I've been following along. So there's that. Couple of things out of the box score. Nick Vattiato had a really nice night throwing the football, 28 of 34, 291 yards, and he continues to develop, and that's what you want him to do. He's never, satisfied with where he is, and still seems to be in real command of your offense.
Yeah, I think Nick is, the big thing is he's showing great poise in the pocket. He's, not forcing throws. He got the one interception there Saturday. He was it kind of too flat, got undercut a little bit, but he's seeing the field really well. He has great vision, just really good poise in the pocket, and making good decisions and making quick decisions without being rushed. And I'm not talking about pass rush. I'm talking about he's not panicking back there and making, premature decisions. So I like where he's at. He's got he's getting better each week from a leadership standpoint and a command standpoint. Doing a really good job of communicating on the sideline, with coaches of what he sees and what he likes and what he doesn't like. And I have a lot of confidence in Nick right now.
He hit 11 different receivers on Saturday. That says a lot as well.
Yeah, part of it is we're playing so many. I said it, we've got really good depth right now at receiver and some really good players. So we're playing a lot of different people. So it's not like he's, spreading the wealth all around. We're doing a good job of, rotating guys. So, that's part of it. But also the other part of it is he's not forcing things, and he's taking what the defense gives him, which a lot of times is, a back or an underneath receiver, a check down guy. So all that plays a factor in 10, 11 guys touching the ball.
And on the defensive side, there were a couple of guys who seemed to be all over the field on Saturday night. One of them, redshirt junior Sam Brumfield of Pearl, Mississippi, named the Conference USA Defensive Player of the Week this week, as he had 13 tackles, 10 solos, 1.5 tackles for loss, a sack, and forced a fumble for the second straight game. And he took advantage of his opportunity getting to start on Saturday night. And we've called his name a lot. We've called Parker Hughes' name a ton here recently.
Yeah, Sam's a sweetheart. He's just a really, really nice young man.
He came on the postgame show and was fantastic.
He's humble. He's appreciative. He works his tail off. He competes his tail off. He's physical. He's tough. I have a lot of respect for Sam, and he just a tremendous work ethic, and he's so, he's sincere. What you see is what you get. There's nothing phony about him. He loves the game. Just a lot of respect for Sam. He's a really, really fine young man.
Yeah, he stepped in there with Devin Curtis, not able to go, but that whole linebacking crew, whether Devin's in there or not, but with Sam Brumfield backing him up, Drew Francis, Jalen Davis on the strong side, and Parker Hughes and Raekwon Hartley and Jonathan Butler, all playing very well on the weak side. That has become a strength of this team.
Well, I felt it was going to be a strength coming in. Now we've lost two starters. Jonathan and Devin. And now other guys. And when you lose one or two guys at the same position, like we have in the defensive line, that you run out of depth in a hurry. And, so it's those guys that have come in, Drew, like you said, Drew and Parker, and, JD's playing a little bit more now than he ever has and is doing a good job. But, Parker's not big and JD's not big and Raekwon Hartley's not big, like Devin and Jonathan are. And, having to play as many snaps as they're having to play, just the wear and tear on their bodies is what has me concerned, as we move forward.
Raiders win it by a score of 35-14 over Murray State, and now the attention turns to the homecoming week opponent, the Rams of Colorado State. We'll be back in just a moment. Brian Roth of the CSU Radio Network scheduled to join us, and we'll have that when we return. We're at the Boulevard here in Murfreesboro, and you're listening to Rick Stockstill live on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
Clear. This year marks the 50th anniversary of honors at MTSU. Our honors students have earned many amazing achievements over the years,
yes, sir.
including Fulbright Awards, Goldwater scholarships, and so much more. As the first honors college in Tennessee, we are grateful to continue this legacy of 50 years and counting. Join us throughout the year as we celebrate our rich heritage. mtsu.edu/honors.
Roscoe Brown is proud to be a longtime partner of MTSU Athletics and your locally owned HVAC and plumbing company. Roscoe Brown will be celebrating 83 years in business and has been the trusted name in heating, cooling, and plumbing for Middle Tennessee homeowners and businesses. Call 1-888-MY-ROSCOE to schedule your HVAC or plumbing service today. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Roscoe Brown. People you know, a name you trust. Go Blue Raiders.
Roscoe Brown. RoscoeBrown.com.
For close to a century, doctors and care teams at Ascension St. Thomas Rutherford have been dedicated to delivering compassionate, personalized care to Rutherford County and surrounding communities. We are leading the way with new services and healthcare options, and we continue to make significant investments in Rutherford County. In 2023, we're opening Tennessee's first neighborhood hospital at West Lawn, and expansions at our Rutherford Hospital campus are underway. Find all the care you need at ascension.org/St. Thomas Rutherford.
It's just a few cocktails at happy hour.
There aren't any cops around. After every game, we always have a few. It's no big deal.
It was just a few drinks. I'm good.
Hey, I can hold my liquor.
I drink and drive all the time. If you put away some drinks, put away your keys. Fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office.
At Kroger, you can find the highest quality products at a great price in every aisle, every day with Kroger brand. So you can stock up on your household favorites that are tried, tested, and loved by you. Because when you get the products you love at great prices, it feels like winning. Shop now, in-store, or online. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Simply the best. Better than all the rest.
Make it a happy new year. Become the Powerball First Millionaire of the Year, announced live on Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve with Ryan Seacrest. Enter to win a VIP trip for two to New York that will include a 3-night stay at a luxurious Times Square hotel, a chance at $1 million, and more. Enter any Powerball ticket at tnviprewards.com by October 31st. From the Tennessee Lottery. Game-changing fun. Please play responsibly.
Welcome back into Rick Stockstill Live tonight from the Boulevard. Glad to have you with us. Middle Tennessee getting set to take on Colorado State this weekend, and time to hit the Zoom call tonight and go out to Fort Collins. Brian Roth, the voice of the Colorado State Rams, is with us and hopefully connected well. And, boy, what a week you've had, Brian.
To say the least, Jim. Thanks for having me on tonight. It was a wild week last week, and then it was culminated with a wild Saturday night in Boulder. I've been doing this a long time. I'm not sure if I've ever experienced a week like we went through last week.
Well, you kind of halfway answered my question there. I was going to ask if, in your broadcasting career, have you ever gone through a week with as much extracurricular activity both before the game and then because that was a tense atmosphere once it got started.
Well, it's just amazing. I've been in some really great college football atmospheres, as I know you have. We've been to Florida, we've been to Alabama, and you got all the pomp and circumstance of college football. What was going on Saturday night? There was no pomp and circumstance of college football. It was the pageantry. I mean, it was a full-on rock concert, rap concert. It was WWE. It was more like a Vegas show on Saturday night. And what we're coming to realize is that that's the way it's going to be for the University of Colorado each and every week because of Deion Sanders. I mean, it is its own entity, and that football program has blown up not just in the college football world, but obviously in the sports world too. And so It was a tense atmosphere on Saturday night. Obviously, words were exchanged throughout the week. Before the game, Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter came over on CSU's side, started to dance and jaw. The two teams came together at midfield. This is an hour and a half before the game. And then anybody that watched the game on Saturday night saw an intense and really chippy game that, had some questionable plays and questionable sportsmanship from both teams. And so in the end, it's a game Colorado State should have won. Colorado State was the better team that night. And in the end, the best player in the field, Shedeur Sanders, won it basically single-handedly for Colorado. So it's a game that stings for CSU. There's no question about that. That's going to hurt for this program and Ram fans for quite some time.
Well, I'll tell you, there were a lot of eyeballs on that game here in the mid-state because a lot of folks realized that Colorado State was next up for Middle Tennessee, and everybody that I have talked to since, it was about 1 a.m. In the morning here on Saturday night, Sunday morning when that game was over, is how impressed and how much improved Jay Norvell's team looks, and the great play at quarterback and wide receiver and the pressure that the defense was getting. I mean, they've done some very impressive things in just over a year of being there with that program.
Yeah, there's no question. It's a different team and a program here this year. You're number 2 for Jay Norvell. And remember, he spent 5 years in Nevada and turned that program around and went to a bowl game in year number 2. And I think that's the bar that Colorado State and the fan base is looking at here this season. At least go 6-6. Obviously, they'd like to win 7, 8, 9 games, but go back to a bowl game and continue to build this thing. And then, as you look into next year, win Mountain West Conference championships, right? Be there in the mix for a conference championship. But high expectations this year. The defense is going to be very good. You're hoping the offense would be better because the offense last year had the worst offensive line in the nation. They gave up 59 sacks, by far the most in the entire nation. And Rams opened up 2 weeks ago against Washington State and really laid an egg in the opener. I mean, they were terrible. And I think it sent some alarm bells off amongst Colorado State fans and certainly probably within the football building as well. And fans were thinking, man, is this team overrated? They made a change at quarterback. Clay Millen was the incumbent starter a season ago. They benched him after the first game. And that doesn't happen very often. And they brought in a redshirt freshman in Braden Fowler-Nicolosi making his first start of the season. And that atmosphere on Saturday night, and again, I mentioned what the atmosphere was like. It was insane. I've never been a part of an atmosphere like that. And man, did he show out. And so I think Ram fans really feel a lot better. The defense was good for just about the entire night until the very end of the game. The offense was good. Braden Fowler-Nicolosi looked really good. CSU has a ton of talent on the outside. I mean, Torrey Horton's an NFL guy. They have 2 sophomores that played last year that are really good. They have a tight end, Dallin Holker, who's a transfer from BYU. So I think Ram fans were pleasantly surprised and said, hey, that was the team we thought that was coming into the season that didn't show up in the opener against Washington State. Now, Chip, I will say this: Washington State's really good.
Yeah,
they're
they
ranked 21st in the nation now. Obviously, Colorado's ranked 19th in the nation. So you played a pair of top 21 teams in the nation. You look good in one game and didn't look good in the other game.
Well, it'll be Colorado State's first trip here, but and Coach Stock is sitting right here beside me, and he'll either nod his head yes or no, but I really like these Conference USA Mountain West matchups in the non-conference because you're kind of coming from a similar position in the group of 5.
Oh, no question. I mean, you look at the resources and the money that, let's just say, the University of Colorado has had coming in over the last 10 years and compare it to what Colorado State has gotten. And from TV and media rights, the University of Colorado has $200 million more in the bank than what Colorado State has. Wow. And so those schools should be winning. They have better resources. And so, look, when you play, that's why the goal at Colorado State is, and Jay Norvell said it, is to compete for conference championships and to try to be the best group of 5 program you possibly can be, and then make it to a big bowl game, or starting next year make it to the playoffs. So yes, absolutely, this is a game against a like-minded school, against a school that has the same type of resources and really a more even playing field. So it should be a great game. I was super impressed by Middle Tennessee last year. They came in and just put it on to Colorado State. I know you guys went to Miami and won a couple of weeks later, and it's a program that has done a lot of winning. And there's no question this is a Colorado State team that knows they better play well, if not better, than they did on Saturday night in Boulder. This Saturday night in Murfreesboro, if they're going to have a chance to win.
All right, Brian, the big question, how'd you hit them today?
Hit him great. There was no penalty.
You got the foot wedge going. You got the number 2 wood on the scorecard. Had it all happening there.
That's right. No bad lies.
There you go. Well, I know you and I have another thing to do tomorrow, but look forward to seeing you on Saturday, and thank you for taking time tonight.
Yep, we're certainly excited to see Tennessee. Thanks so much.
Good deal. Brian Roth joins us. He is the voice of the Colorado State Rams. We'll take a timeout, get to your questions for Coach Stock after this on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
The MTSU Alumni Association is proud of its more than 130,000 living alumni who are leading, teaching, entertaining, researching, flying, farming, nursing, and more worldwide. Every Blue Raider accomplishment adds value to your degree. Are you connected to the MTSU National Alumni Association? Visit mtalumni.com to share what you're doing. Update your information and see how you can be involved and informed. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance takes great pride in supporting and treating Middle Tennessee State University athletes, providing expert treatment of injuries to bones, joints, or muscles. TOA's team of orthopedic specialists can get you back in the game. Same-day appointments and walk-ins are welcome. Injured? Visit one of our many ortho urgent cares, or to make an appointment, call 1-855-NEED-TOA or visit www.toa.com. TOA, the official team doctor for Blue Raider Athletics.
When the game goes into overtime. But the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Order Bud Light online today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hi, we're RJ Young. We offer technology solutions that power your business, school, hospital, church, law firm, and more. RJ Young will empower your office to be the modern office. That means an office that integrates technology as a business advantage, all to help you work smarter. From managed IT services, office equipment and technology, business process outsourcing, and digital communications, we're proud to be your one-stop for technology solutions that power your business. Come visit us at rjyoung.com.
Put Lee Company on your team to keep you and your family warm this season. Their expert technicians can perform a 22-point inspection and tune-up to ensure your HVAC system is good no matter how cold it gets. Their expert technicians can perform a 22-point inspection and tune-up to ensure your HVAC system is good to go no matter how cold it gets. And while you're at it, ask them how to get endless hot water by installing an energy-efficient tankless water heater. Schedule your appointment today at leecompany.com or give them a call at 615-867-1000. Lee Company, all you need.
You buy something because you found it at a low price, and soon you realize it's no bargain because you really needed something better. It happens all the time, especially with car insurance. But the good news is you can get the right coverage at the right price. Just talk to me, State Farm Agent Bud Morris. I'll help you get the right coverage at a price that's right for you. Call me at 893-1417 today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I'm Bud Morris, providing insurance and financial services.
5, 4, 2, 1.
Welcome back into Rick Stockstill Live tonight. Glad to have you with us. Tonight's show brought to you in part by Bud Light, proud sponsors of Middle Tennessee State University Athletics. Easy to drink and easy to enjoy, Bud Light. Homecoming week, and also this year, starting last year, homecoming and the Hall of Fame were moved together to allow the Hall of Fame inductees to be part of all the homecoming festivities, the parade, all of that. And this year, the great class going in, and the induction ceremony will be at 6:30 Friday night. It's free and open to the public in Murphy Center down in one of the auxiliary gyms, and it includes a great class from women's basketball. Anne-Marie Lanning-Brents. She will become one of the first husband and wife couple to both be Hall of Famers. Bryce went in a couple years ago. Men's tennis star Anthony DeLuise, who was a two-time All-American and Player of the Year in the conference in 1996. LaRon Dendy will go in. He is a great basketball player, really got the Blue Raider basketball program resurged on the hardwood. He was Sun Belt Player of the Year in 2012. Softball's Melanie Manley Durham led softball to a conference championship in 2000. Jeff Littlejohn, defensive lineman who could flat get it done. He was the Sun Belt Defensive Player of the Year in 2005. And Janet Ross, who, if they had had a three-point line when she played, there's no telling how many points she would have scored, but she led the Lady Raiders to 4 OVC championships and 3 NCAA tournament titles. And, Coach, when you think about 109 years of football, 112 years that the university's been going on, there's about 180 that are in the Hall of Fame. So it really says something when you're able to get into that elite group.
Yeah, it's it's an awesome honor. It's awesome recognition, for all those guys, all those men and women, all those athletes, all the ones before that you're part of a select few, like you said. And, then you start breaking it down by sport, how many of those are just football players or baseball players or women's basketball players. And, then you say, boy, in 100 years, there's only been 30, 40 football players, whatever it is, in the Hall of Fame. You're pretty elite.
And I think a lot of our fans here who've been around this group that comes to this show, they've been around here, most of them for quite a while. And I think when you look at these Hall of Famers that are going in, it says that we're here during kind of a golden age with so many programs that have done so well, from everything from tennis to golf to track, which has been great forever, to football to baseball and basketball and all the sports. We've been very, very lucky. And again, 6:30 Friday night at Murphy Center. Come on and have a visit with all those folks. A couple questions here from the audience. Marshall would like to know, of the 7 starters that were out last week, are any of them back? And overall, how is your health situation coming into the Colorado State game?
Marshall, I would say probably 5 of those 7 are not, and then there's a couple that have a chance. We got out of Murray State, relatively clean. We lost an offensive lineman in the first quarter for the game. He didn't play after that, but I think he'll be okay this week. He didn't go yesterday, and obviously we don't practice today, and so I'll know more tomorrow. But just those first 2 games took a toll on us. Who we played.
Get anybody back, you think?
Like I said,
those early weeks.
There's a couple that have a chance.
Yeah.
But we've got 3 or 4 that were season-ending injuries. So we got a chance, but I'm not too overly optimistic, that we'll get a bunch of them back.
Yep. Well, yesterday's birthday girl has a question, and she's wanting to know about, she says, commenting, it seems like we have success throwing the ball downfield. Why don't do it more instead of screen passes?
Well, that's a good question, but you got to look at it as sometimes the reason things open up downfield are because of what you do on the perimeter. Sometimes what you do down the field opens up what you do on the perimeter. So, and then the screens are easy ways or are supposed to be easy ways to get the ball into your playmakers' hands that, you get it out there. make a guy miss, you got a chance for an explosive play. It's also a lot of that screens is not a designated screen. It's an RPO where Nick is reading the run, reading the safety. If he does this and he's going to dish it outside, if the safety stays down there, that's why sometimes those runs open up because of the threat of the screen on the outside. So all that goes hand in hand. Great question. But that's the reason why, to answer your question, why we don't do it all the time.
Right. Well, and I have to apologize to Milbury. That was Miss McKnight's question back there. Oh, it was Dr. McKnight's question. So we'll give him.
Good question, Doc.
Yeah, good job, Doc. Now, when you talk about RPOs, and it seems to me that there's a lot of similarities in what is today's RPO as it was to the option game to some degree that we grew up with, in that you can make decisions based on reads.
You make decisions, but there's so much on a quarterback in the shotgun. Those option days when you're under center and you're just taking the ball and you're reading that 5 technique. If he does this, I'm going to pull it, and then I'm going to option the defensive end. He comes to me, I'm dishing it. If not, then I'm going to run it. Now you think about a quarterback in the shotgun. He's got his eyes downfield reading the coverage, and then he's got to take his eyes off the coverage and focus on that snap. And if that snap is not in his chest, now he's got to drop his eyes off everything to catch the ball, catch it, and at the same time now he's got to read that defensive end through the safety. Safety does, the defensive end widens, okay, so I can give it. The defensive end crashes. Now I'm going to pull it. Now I got to get my eyes on that safety if I'm going to throw the slant behind him. So there's so much on a quarterback these last 10, 15 years. That's why, if you don't have one, it's going to be a struggle at any level. But it's a lot harder now to be a quarterback in the shotgun doing RPOs compared to a quarterback in the old days underneath center reading the triple option.
Yeah, so, and with that, you're saying that it's harder to play quarterback than it's ever been because of the complexity and speed of the game?
Oh, yeah, I mean, you go back in the old days when you're under center and you're taking a 7-step drop, you got 7 steps, you got the 10 yards, you're reading the defense the whole way, knowing where to go with the ball. Now the throws were longer, deeper down the field than they are today, but, in the shotgun, there's so much on you just from I'm looking at the coverage, now I got to take my eyes off the coverage to concentrate on that snap. And if that snap's below your waist, you're taking your eyes off everything. You got to catch the ball. Now you got to get up, find the laces, and make a decision in about 1.5 seconds.
And on top of that, before that starts, he's looking to the sideline,
the easy part.
The easy part is watching 7 guys over there signaling stuff.
That's the easy part. You just tell me what the play is. I got that. Now that's the hard part.
Yeah.
Once you take your eyes down a notch and focus on that snap.
Well, I mean, it is amazing when you can break it down like that. And when he's got to do that, and who else is calling protections? Is the center calling protections? Or?
Well, we're signaling that to the line.
Okay, so the linemen are watching that.
But then, based on what the defense is doing, then Nick has the option to go up there, and he knows we're not protected here. They've got us outnumbered. He can slide the protection, change the protection, identify the Mike linebacker, and he can change the protection.
Yeah, so that's all interesting to watch, and because it's always a little bit of a cat and mouse game. Defense is jumping around. They might slide a guy up, and Nick will go up and make a call there. So there's so much more into it. Actually, as the snap is made, that it's something to watch for sure. We need to take our final break. We will come back and get Coach's thoughts on the opponent, the Colorado State Rams, after this on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
For close to a century, doctors and care teams at Ascension St. Thomas Rutherford have been dedicated to delivering compassionate, personalized care to Rutherford County and surrounding communities. We are leading the way with new services and healthcare options, and we continue to make significant investments in Rutherford County. In 2023, we're opening Tennessee's first neighborhood hospital at West Lawn, and expansions at our Rutherford Hospital campus are underway. Find all the care you need at ascension.org/St. Thomas Rutherford.
Hey Blue Raider fans, this is Coach Rick Stockstill. Have you heard about the MTSU debit card from Ascend Federal Credit Union? This is exactly what you need for your busy lifestyle. Need some cash? Use this card fee-free at Ascend's 2 on-campus ATMs and at thousands of ATMs worldwide. Bank where the Blue Raiders belong. Ascend Federal Credit Union. Exclusive credit union of Blue Raider Athletics.
Ascend is federally insured by NCUA. Visit us at ascend.org.
Roscoe Brown is proud to be a longtime partner of MTSU Athletics and your locally owned HVAC and plumbing company. Roscoe Brown will be celebrating 83 years in business and has been the trusted name in heating, cooling, and plumbing for Middle Tennessee homeowners and businesses. Call 1-888-MY-ROSCOE to schedule your HVAC or plumbing service today. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Roscoe Brown. People you know, a name you trust. Go Blue Raiders.
Roscoe Brown. RoscoeBrown.com.
It's just a few cocktails at happy hour.
There aren't any cops around. After every game, we always have a few. It's no big deal.
It was just a few drinks. I'm good.
Hey, I can hold my liquor.
I drink and drive all the time. If you put away some drinks,
Talik, I'll be listening for your music.
Fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mic's up.
One of the highlights of Homecoming Saturday is the Homecoming Parade. This year, it will be an 11 a.m. start on the parade, and the Mixer on Middle gets underway at the Alumni House about 10:30. And to make sure we have good weather, Channel 5, News Channel 5 meteorologist will be here with me to Heather Mathis. She will be here with me to do the parade coverage beginning at 11 a.m. Colorado State, Coach, they lose a game to Colorado, but man, were they impressive on Saturday night.
Yeah, they're very, like their Chip said, I mean, they're very dynamic on offense. They got skill guys. I mean, Horton, caught 3 touchdown passes against us in the second half last year. He's caught a bunch of balls, threw a touchdown pass, caught a touchdown Saturday against Colorado. So they're very athletic, very fast. They got a whole new offensive line. Running backs are good. Made the change at quarterback, and it looks like he's very talented. Defense, explosive. They shut us down in the second half last year. Their defensive line is active, is big and fast. Linebackers are new, but they can all roll. Their safeties are back from last year, and their corners are new. Their punter's back from last year. He's an Aussie, rugby-style type kicker. And, so they're really good. It's a really good football team. Like he said, it's a much better team, a much improved team from last year's team that we faced.
Well, and as you said earlier today, you got to be better this week than you were last, but that's nothing new.
Yeah, I'll say that next week too. So, I mean, that's what you want to do. You want to try to improve each week, because the competition, obviously, Colorado State's going to be better than what Murray State was. No offense to Murray State, because I have a lot of respect for them, but it's just we're playing a really good football team.
You had a great student crowd in particular this past Saturday night, and your guys have been out, and we need the whole town out there this Saturday because it's going to take all hands on deck. Yeah, it was really good, very appreciative, especially at the beginning, that 4 or 5 o'clock range when it was calling for so much rain. The Raider walk, everybody, the tailgating was really good, and then the game was, they stayed till the rain started. So really appreciative of everybody that came. All right, let's go get them. Let's go, baby. All right, for Coach Rick Stockstill, Chip Walter said thanks for being with us tonight. Join us Saturday, 4:30 for the Tailgate Show here on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
You've been listening to Rick Stockstill.